it's with a composition that I think will really struggle to compete in the late parts of the game unless they are, you know, slightly ahead or very ahead with this composition at times. So Kale can give you a lot of late game insurances. But
oof. DRX fans out in force today. Not sure whether you guys could hear it, but we could. It was rumbling throughout LoL Park.
As we've seen basically every blue side game, you have early prio, he will get the first Drake around 3-6.
Oh, here's an aggressive trade as Def does have his flash available. He heals, avoids the stun, as now Ghost in a bit of trouble. Beryl looking for it. Zenith Blade goes through. He's looking for the first blood, but he doesn't quite get there. Now Pyoshik chasing as he manages to grab the kill onto the Draven, but that is not before the kill does come through. It wasn't Draven that picked it up, and Pyoshik will be traded for. And it's BDD that collects that kill as well. Nongshim, great position after that one.
Allow for a faster start here. DRX have Dread nearby to deal with. They see him with this ward. I think they could just stick to this. You see a decision being made here from Ghost. Do I rotate up or not? He decides to ping. He's going back down to the bottom lane. Nongshim still grouping for this. They have Emperor's Divide, and they will actually force this away.
As Beryl unable to avoid the Winter's Bite, and the Conquering Sands coming through from BDD, allowing those Sand Soldiers to get that work done. Dread wrapping around. You can see the extra investment from DRX is there. Whirling Death available from Ghost, so he can at least get a bit of extra damage there as Pyoshik picks up the Herald, the eye collected by Kingen as well, but the fight has broken out. Beryl dives right into the middle of everyone as Effort puts up the door, but it's not going to quite be enough. Draven cashes out what little stacks he has remaining as BDD tries to find the ult, but he doesn't get it. Pyoshik avoids it with the ulti from the Kale, and now DRX are trying to win the fight. It's a flash forward from Deft with the Featherstorm, but they're unable to get any more kills, but still, that went way better from DRX than I expected. Yeah. And Effort just lying in wait. Barrel set up a lot of damage there onto Leona. And now Zeka with a flank angle. Deft also moving on over. Solar Flare completely whiffing though. As Deft throws some feathers in. Cannon Barrage goes down, but Nongshim not looking like they're on the same page here right now. Deft just sitting on his Featherstorm happily, taking some pot shots. Doesn't actually have to use it in the end, and we'll see whether Nongshim can grab themselves this outer turret. Still, it's a fair bit of damage. As Beryl, I don't know about that one, but Effort's still going to miss him.
Yeah, well,
that's an outcome.
Day one LCK. All right, well, Zeko's looking for a flank. He doesn't have any opportunities.
Yeah, Solar Flare comes on through. Ghost in a whole host of trouble. Emperor's Divide once again not necessarily hitting the mark as there is so much AoE damage going down, but still, it's a double kill for Ghost. Pyoshik getting the resets, but into what zone? Not exactly where he wants to be. Death manages to take a Drake, but DRX lose 3 for the cost of 2.
Yeah, this is still pretty significant for DRX, though. They split the fight, and they make a sacrifice to guarantee Drake. If they don't actually split like that, there's a chance they win the fight because, you know, Pyoshik has that extra damage. He gets resets easier if Deft is there. But then you end up potentially losing Deft because the collapse is there for Nongshim. You don't get the Drake. Dread looking deep for something.
Yeah, if they get dove here, it's a bit of a problem, but they're not going for... okay. Deft just walks too close to the gangplank and gets obliterated.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Max stacks, of course, is what I meant. But anyway, he is going to be very, very strong. Nongshim setting up for the Drake as Deft over the wall. That is a gigantic barrel. Cannon Barrage comes down, and by himself, Cannon has zoned everyone away from this Dragon Pit. Pyoshik can get in there and isn't able to steal away the Dragon, but Nongshim had no idea that he even went in. So it's absolutely fine. Dread manages to make his way out. Whirling Death flies through, and Nongshim keep all of their health bars, and it's just a pirate that denies the dragon. So that is Soul. Yeah. Nongshim trying to get on.
Look at that damage.
Yeah, it's going down so extraordinarily quickly, but it shouldn't be a surprise. They have a Kale who's got so many items. They take the Baron Deft. Now Featherstorming to try and keep himself safe. Effort trying to avoid those feathers, but the Emperor's Divide this time is going to work. Zeka goes golden, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep him alive as he tries to backflip out, but it doesn't work. Still, 2 kills for a Baron, and I guess DRX can kind of be okay with it, but Nongshim do manage to punish.
And they will get a turret in the mid lane with that Baron buff as well, as Nongshim are trying to split here the defense and the attack. There's a whole inner turret to go through before we get to inhibitor turret territory. They didn't have a big push going on here, so I mean, if DRX trade this is actually fantastic for them, and I think they might be able to do it. Kana is here, though. He's got the barrel wave clear. Not going to happen. Somebody has to defend this, though, and this is why Def being dead is a huge problem.
Yeah. Well, 10 seconds on Def, 25 on Zeka. They are going to lose this inhibitor. That is definitely going to happen. But they might actually trade it. Yeah, Kingen is just going to be able to secure that one.
That's
nothing Kana can do. Like,
it's actually insane. And now they're going to get an inner turret down here.
yeah, what's faster? Like, one Kayle or the entire Nongshim team? Like, I don't know the answer to that one, Wolf, although it looked pretty similar.
Yeah. It's a question Nongshim's going to have to answer.
Well, that's going to be a lot of damage coming through here. Any free autos that happen from this Kayle are just going to do so much work. Trying to set up the feathers here as well on DRX's side. That is a cannon barrage to come on through as Dread taking a lot of damage. Beryl tries to dive into the back line. The Emperor's Divide onto only Zeka, but he's still trying to fight this one out. The perfect execution is there, as now we're trying to take down this Elder, and it's Yoshik that secures it, and now it's Kingen with an Elder buff, as well as Kayle. He just gets ripped apart, but now Deft is here to try and take them down. BDD, can he be the carry for this team, is the question. Heartbreaker is going to miss, but BDD has no hope against the big old dragon, and now it's just a back from Dread. Yoshik just trying to fight this one out, but yeah, I don't think the back there from Dread is really what's going to win it. I think this is game over, and I think DRX have beaten the odds.
They certainly have. They have no right to win this game with this composition in a 40-minute Elder fight. Nongshim never on the same page together in these critical objective fights, and the Elder fight was no exception. As we'll watch the fireworks
here. This is an epic battle. As, okay, Dread is he's burning. Pyoshik's still going to chase him, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm glad that we get to watch this, as we do have 15 seconds on Kana. Ghost is up pretty soon. This game's probably not over, but Dread is definitely going to die.
Well, they're pushing bottom. They still have that Elder buff, mind you, even though, you know,
I don't know what's going on. There are a lot of really weird things about this game, but I think that, honestly, DRX have just executed better throughout this game. And sometimes weird item builds don't matter. Sometimes compositions even don't matter if you just play better. Cannon Barrage comes through. That is going to try and clear out these minions. Nongshim well and truly on the back foot. You can see every time a bit of this AoE sneaks through, Nongshim just takes so much damage. And look at Def. Now with 6 items complete. Doesn't really matter what build you've got as long as it gives you some AD and some relevant stats.
It's just been, I mean, really phenomenal play from DRX. I see why people have been so scared of this team in scrims now. It feels like a scrim. Like, let's see if we can beat this team with the late game comp, with our inferior comp in the late game. Yeah. Feels like a scrim.
We're watching. Another Glacial Fissure going wide. Hasn't been the greatest game here for Effort, and he's just going to get taken down. Def with Featherstorm available, and now also has the ult from Kayle. These wallets are getting pretty heavy. However, they're now at the wrong side of the turret. Def taking a lot of damage. Here's now Kana trying to get on forward. You can see now they're just trying to get around this Nexus. Where are we? Where are we going? Well, they're going to be fine. I mean, look, they own this part of the map, right? There are no inhibitors available, so I guess it works out.
I think that was a little bit overzealous and flashy from DRX, but they're still in a position to win this game.
Yeah.
The final turret here on the outside will fall. BDD.
They literally took the roundabout way of killing the inhibitor turret top lane. That's precisely what just happened.
I mean, there's still 2 super minion waves crashing into Nexus turrets.
Yeah, Kana standing on top of his barrel. Kyoshik going to take a fair bit of damage from it, but this is now being started. Zeka in the area. You can see Kingen trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do. BDD sitting on his teleport, as is Kingen. And now we're going to go 4v4, looking to try and get this flip happening. It is going to be secured by Nongshim, but can they win the ensuing fight is the question. Already Zeka has taken down Effort, and Kana has been taken as well. As BDD trying to get the work done, but it doesn't work. Zeka just out of dragon range. And now Dread's trying to get his work done, but Kingen is just a raid boss, a monster, and DRX will ace them and will finally win the game.
You and I were the ones shaking our heads at the Kayle pick. You and I were saying, well, I don't know about this. It doesn't fit the comp. It doesn't fit the late game. How is it going to come together? And I tell you what, 320 gold in his pocket early. He had a free early mid. He came into the late game extremely powerful, and he's, with split pushing, with prepping waves, going to basically single-handedly take this game by himself. DRX in a 47-minute game are going to close it out against Gangplank, Azir, Draven.
Oh my god, Kingen will finish off this Nexus. The Kayle reigns supreme, demonstrates that late game prowess was just not there from Nongshim.
Yeah, it just really wasn't, and it's still early in the season. It's still early in this series.
By the way, you can say what you want about Eclipse Xayah, but apparently it still does a lot of damage.
Yeah, it does. I mean, something like a Cannon. Yeah, I was thinking Cannon or maybe Jace if you really wanted to all in on the poke damage, but it's not that kind of meta. You've got a lot of blocks with Tahm Kench.
Oh, no, give it to me. Give me the big old tank for the top lane just to make sure.
45 minutes plus. Oof. Give me that long game, baby.
Oh, yeah.
My biggest concern here for Nongshim is the Lucian Nami angle, because
all right, Nongshim are getting completely dominated in the fan cheers this evening. It has been very DRX focused.
Big chances of that with the Ocean Mountain gone.
Yeah, definitely a fun one as Dav looking to try and get in there to try and start this one up. Good bubble onto Barrel, but he should be able to keep himself alive. Effort flashing out of the way. Dread, fantastic pillar placement as Pyosik not able to dance enough arrows to get himself away. Barrel as well going to be taken down. It's a double kill for the Trundle to start this game off, and Nongshim fight back.
So it could be a huge fight for setting momentum. Zeka.
Yeah, Zeka having to get out of the way here. Valkyrie used from BDD as the Ornhorn comes down. It is going to be secured by Pyosik as now Deft getting knocked up, bubbled, and he is going to have a really hard time, but he's got Lamb's Respite available. Is it going to be enough, though, is the question. Dawning Shadow just as a parting gift, but it is still going to be Shelly stolen away by DRX.
Another death for Deft here. Well, another death for the bottom duo. He didn't die last time, it was Barrel, but uh-oh.
Oh dear, Canna in a bit of trouble here. Bellow's Breath comes down. Good brittle proc, but yeah, Scion. And Zeka not able to dodge the Frost Bomb, which does a lot of damage. And now, oh, BDD, that was not the right one. And Zeka is going to flash later, and that is going to secure his escape. Still farming out very effectively, as you were talking about, but still, it's no breakaway lead or anything like that. Couple of assists have been picked up as Effort taking a lot of damage here. Tidal Wave is going to land onto Deft, and Barrel takes a lot of damage here. Deft is now trying to escape as the culling comes through, and I feel like I cast a curse DRX right here because Nongshim are really trying to put it to them right now. Ghost dancing around, but the bubble's going to be there to guarantee it for him. And the Lucian picks up the double.
You see that control ward in the Tri-Brush just below the Drake? Oh, hold that on.
Yeah. BDD is now cornered, and he's going to be able to answer back. That was a lot of burst damage.
Yeah, I mean, Kindred is so strong right now.
Deft moving on over here, as of course Pyosik getting to work on this Rift Herald. Should be able to grab it as Ghost now just fighting against this center. Pyosik secures it. Can he get the eye, though, is the question. He dives on top of it. Might cost him his life. As you can see, King and to knock up Ghost. A lot of damage comes through, and it's Zeka that collects it, and there's the Lamb's Respite. Canna has to flash out early. And BDD doesn't find the rocket, and he was just straight up baited. You're exactly right. I'm glad that you said it because I was baited as well. Pyosik survives.
Yeah, he's got his ult, so he's able to survive there. Now they can push this away. Kana teleported to mid-inhibitor turret to escape, so loses teleport because if they chase him, he dies for sure. He's at least able to walk away with his life. And the Herald Crash will come through. It's not enough for the turret.
Oh, Deft. Okay. He's trying to escape here. Just heads into the mist, and he'll be all right. So I got a little bit frightened for no reason.
This is a lot of damage coming onto Deft.
God, yeah, Deft took a lot of damage there as the Ornhorn comes through. Tidal Wave only hits Zeka as DRX. They have the sustain, remember, as I guess Nongshim do as well with the Nami. But we're still back to it again as Deft trying to get down, but going to be able to do too much. Ghost just poking with the culling. The dragon back into the back of the pit, but hasn't reset just yet. Deft taking a lot of damage here as Pyosik able to secure himself the Drake. Gets into his Lamb's Respite as well as the bubble comes through, and he's going to buy a whole bunch of time. Dread trying to get into that front line, but it looks like it's going to be Drake for jungler. The trade in favor, I guess, of DRX, if you think that it's okay to just take a Drake
when he doesn't know where the enemies are. Oh. Well, he might just do it anyway.
Oh dear, he is going to get snared up, and the Frost Bomb even avoided. So very comfortable kill for DRX, and BDD just too far up. Beryl might be in trouble here. We'll see whether the Abyssal Dive is going to be enough to keep him alive. He doesn't even need to use it. He just walks away. The tactical walking strategy is what he wants.
They've got a lot of damage.
Yeah,
I mean,
Baron is just going to get started. Kingen looking for a flank angle and does have Call of the Forge God. Just blast cones his way in to be with the rest of his team. And here it is, the re-engage, getting all three of them. Zeka with a massive ulti and wipes out the bottom lane instantly. This fight is 100% over, and Canna just flashes on top of the Azir. It's a double kill as he shifts his way towards the Baron. DRX in a brilliant position now.
I mean, now we're talking about, I don't think Nongshim is getting that next Drake, because this is going to be full control here. And it all starts with a pick on the Corki. You can't fight for neutral without the Corki here as Nongshim.
But yeah, he doesn't really care too much. He is on, and there is Piercing Darkness. Deft needs to try and avoid these rockets as BDD moving up, getting the shots that he can. But this is, of course, if we remember, guys, Nongshim's Drake, but the package is going to get delivered to Zeka. He throws out his ulti, but then he immediately goes down. Canna now taking a lot of damage, but that's exactly his job. Pioshik trying to fight this out where he can, as Lamb's Respite is very, very late. Ghost makes his way into it, and now BDD possibly taken down, and he is going to go. Beryl flashing to get himself out of the way, and the blast cone's going to be there. Abyssal Dive gets him out, but still it's a fantastic fight for Nongshim. And they taken down relatively low. Deft just almost explodes. The heal comes down. Great devour from Beryl, but the damage may have already been done. It's already 2 kills coming on through here. Deft not going to flash, but doesn't actually need to, as the Baron's down extraordinarily low. Can Pioshik get back and actually secure it? No, he cannot, as BDD looks to lock down that kill, and the Baron is taken by Nongshim. They were just waiting.
Yeah, and I think the right decision here is to sort of slow down, back out. There's a lot of ults up.
Yeah,
BDD.
well, Valkyrie coming on through here, still gets knocked up. There's the flash forward. Knock up going to be there as BDD is going to break his stopwatch. Teleport going to come down from Canna as BDD taken down by Zeka.
Well, as I was, man, BDD, I've just cast a curse. I'm like, the right decision is back away. Nope, not for him.
That's a flash forward. Beryl now looking for the back line, but he may have just bitten off more than he can chew. Dawning Shadow comes down to keep him alive, but it's not going to be quite enough. Zeka now gets in there. As, ooh, not able to shuffle far enough is Zeka. The bubble going to go wide as well. The Bellows Breath coming in just for fun of it from Kingen, as both of these teams making some odd plays. Is just really rough. Plus, Canna is a brick wall. As you can see, he's got about 1 billion health, I think is the official number, as Emperor's Divide doesn't quite work. Oh, yes, it does. Picks up effort, but now Zeka needs to try and win this fight. Ghost throws down the culling, but Zeka is going to be kept alive, and he's even looking for more. Ghost backs away, and I think DRX may have done enough.
Yeah, and with that burn damage coming through, Ghost cannot fight him, cannot contest. The wave is going to push through, and it looks like we are going to 7 elemental Drakes. Nongshim trying to posture around this, but BDD does not have any big rockets.
Yeah,
and like a prophet, man, you said it, 7
elemental
Drakes. We knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. I was like, well, what if they just actually get a 4-1? And you were like, Wolf, no, 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 no.
As BDD with the package available, Beryl just walks up to him. I'm not sure about that one, mate. He's just going to get taken down. The train is going to pass Kingen, and Kingen is caught by himself. Call the Fortune God comes down, and immediately the Corki is eliminated, and now Pioshik is free hitting. He is massive on this Kindred right now. He's going to try and keep the zombie alive, but it does not work. And late game Kindred is no joke, ladies and gentlemen. They even out the fight.
And it's so good when you have an Azir in these situations, because you can eventually allow his burn damage to win these extended trades, but so many good Emperor's Divides from Zeka. This is a risky call again from Nongshim here, but they had the vision control, and they're starting to set it up.
Well, Beryl, let's see whether they can actually find this fight. Call the Forge God comes down. Effort, the only one that's going to get knocked up, but he's split the fight so far. Nongshim still relatively healthy, but Deft and Pioshik not so much. So they take so much damage from BDD, who flashes out of the Emperor's Divide. This could be huge, but Dread taking almost way too much damage here, and he cannot come back towards that front line. Deft in trouble, the Baron angry with him.
And Deft can
does
sustain.
have Piercing Darkness, you're exactly right. So he can try and sustain himself back up. Beryl is very tanky, but Nongshim, they are not done here. Kingen, no ulti remaining. Deft does slink into the mist, but the Baron's going down. Kingen trying to be that front line, gets himself a big old shield, and the Baron is secured. Nongshim unable to lock it down, and the Scion's already dead. Nongshim are going to back away, and that is just a free Baron and a top laner, and the DRX. On this Azir, Def continuing to take way too much damage, but once again, Kingen has decided that this fight is already over before it's began. That is Infernal Soul. The train comes out of the station, but I just don't know whether it's going to be enough. Look at the damage.
Look at Zeka
doing. Zeka fights the backline and obliterates BDD. That's going to mean that the fight is pretty much done already. Ghost trying to kite this one out, but he is between a rock, a hard place, Tom Kench, some wolves, and everything that he doesn't want to deal with right now. Pyoshik flashing after him, and this is just all over but the crying. And DRX, I think, may have just secured the first 2-0 of the LCK for summer.
Absolutely phenomenal performances between this top and mid lane of the solo laners for DRX. As you said, Hive Mind completely linked. They are on the same page tonight, and they're playing this so well. Zeka with the flank angle. They buy enough time, secure the Infernal Soul, and he goes over the wall, hits a massive backline Emperor's Divide, several of which he hit to mid to late game. Look at Kana's face. He's feeling the pressure. It's been a long 2 games, 90 minutes of game time total, but they're finishing off.
Oh no, that is just an easy kill. That's the first death for Dread this game, and now these Nexus turrets just destroyed. Pyoshik now 1-0 on his Kindred for the summer season. Fantastic.
I mean, games like this, I mean, you see the drafts, you know we're probably going to an hour-long game. It only went to 40 because DRX had 2 really great decisive fights, but
we still got the 7 elemental drakes.
We still got that.
I'm glad that time was made for at least that prediction to come true.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Ji-sun for the POG interview translation, joined by Kingen with a fantastic play. It was a very long game, a very long series. So how was today's match in general against Nongshim? You know, first match is always so important. Everyone on our team was aware of it, so we really wanted to win this match. So I think we are really happy with the result. And in addition to that, Deft was not able to play on stage. He was playing remotely due to COVID. How was he feeling today? Well, he was really sick for the first 1 or 2 days, so he was not able to play scrims, but today he was feeling way better. So it was a big relief for us. Yeah, we all wish him the best and fast recovery. And game number 1 was about 45 minutes long, and Kingen, your KO was the game ender. However, a lot of conversation is going on around that KO. What are your thoughts on that pick right now? I mean, KO kind of requires a specific draft on both sides, you know? The opponent has to be a really good kind of comp for KO to pop off, and also your teammates also needs to kind of support you. So it's a little bit dicey, but as long as a good pilot can play her, it's a really good pick. Then what about today? Was it you getting her the victory? To be honest, I thought Deft will pick up the POG because he was doing a fantastic job. But yeah, I'm just flattered that everyone voted for me for the POG, so I want to say thank you all. Looking at your KO performance today, I guess you would be pretty satisfied with your performance, right? There were like a couple of times where I died in order to protect Deft, and then I later on realized I'm actually stronger than Deft, so I was like, I don't really have to ult for Deft, I just have to like save and like defend myself. And then I kind of played around me in the later fights, and it was working really well, for sure. In game number 2, the early game was in favor of Nongshim Red Force. So when was the turning point for DRX? I thought it was like 50-50 situation, you know, so the better team would definitely win. But I guess DRX us played the team fight better. Speaking of team fights, tell us about your play in the late game. You actually kind of ulted onto Corki when he was out of vision. Could you break down the play over there? if I aim to Lucian, I was pretty sure that our damage carriers will not be able to reach out to him, so I just decided to kind of jump over to Corki, or where Corki is going to use his Valkyrie, so I was not actually knowing that it actually landed on him, but it was lucky, I got really lucky and I was able to kind of predict my ult the right direction, so it worked really well. But not only that, I think in both game 1 and 2, you were just like doing so much for your team. So how are you able to step up so much during the break? So during the off season, we have a lot of veteran players and a very our players at the bottom side of the map, they are the best in the LCK, they have all the experience, they have all the game knowledge, so they were just teaching us all the lessons about League of Legends, and we had a lot of conversation during the off-season to learn and improve ourselves, and I think all the effort kind of was able to show the best result. And today, DRX was showing the best teamwork possible. Here, the first match of the split. And your next opponent is Freddy Brion. What is your mindset heading to the second one of the split? I think based on our performance today, I think we will be able to defeat Brion as well. So we are also excited to kind of show diverse draft and a lot of new strategy for the fans. Yeah, we are so excited to see more of DRX here during the LCK summer split. I don't want to be too bossy, but I do really want to be the LCK first team top laner this season. And we are also super excited to see how you will make it into the LCK first team at the end of the split. So any message over to the fans out here? This is our, first match of the summer. So I was not expecting this much of a crowd, I don't know how I should actually put this, but I'm just so happy to see so many people showing up to watch our first match. I not only want to win many games, but I also want to kind of pull off different strategies and picks and plays, so we will keep working hard in order to make it happen. Once again, congratulations, Kingen, and thank you very much for the POG interview. So this was Kingen from DRX, the double POG of DRX, but we have a special guest joining us on the stage. So would you like to join me, Kingen? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Then let's welcome the special guest up to the stage, which will be the guy from the Korean analyst desk, Kuro. Hi, Kuro. He's joining the army tomorrow. Oh, you're leaving tomorrow? Oh my god. King, and once again, thank you for joining us. And now we will have a special farewell interview joined by Kuro, one of our beloved LCK crew. I was not expecting this kind of a background music though. So I heard you're joining the army tomorrow. How are you feeling right now? I'm not sure if I should actually be here right now. So yeah, when I got the message from the production team, I was like, are you guys really sure about this? But I really appreciate it, thank you for having me over here. And show us your new haircut. And that cap was our gift from the LCK Korea analyst desk crew. But show us the new hair, the new style. How do you like it? It was not as bad as I thought, I thought I was going to look awful with this hair, but it was pretty good. And fans also think that Kuro looks super cool with that new hairstyle. And you're now leaving the Korean analyst desk, so how are you feeling? Well, to be honest, I was actually thinking of joining the summer split as well, but and then I had to go to the army, so plan changed. So yeah, things are happening, you know. Then when was the most memorable segment you did here on the LCK analyst desk? The first one, you know. I was so nervous, but somehow I made it all the way here. And also I got a really cute and pretty cap from our family, the LCK families. Then why did you decide to show up to Low Park a day before you joining the army? I mean, because I have been, you know, part of the league scene for about 10 years, so I wanted to say goodbye to all the LCK fans before I leave. Yeah, you'll be away for about 21 months from now, so yeah, we also really appreciate you joining us for your farewell interview and wish you all the best of luck for the upcoming 21 months in the army. Farewell over to Kuro, and also thank you so much for participating in all of the LCK content, analyst desk, and all of your work was a pleasure for us. So Kuro will be joining the army for about 3 weeks from now, so you guys can also write him some letters online. As long as you guys know his birthday and also his real name in Korean. So also looking forward to many, many letters for Kuro. Any last message before you leave? Nothing much. Well, I always appreciate all the love from the LCK fans. And I always believe that LCK is the best region and league around the world. So keep support all the players and all the people in the LCK. And let's say goodbye over to Kuro, and I'm gonna toss it to the analyst carpet space. Back to Valdez and Chronicler.